When you look at a step platform, it's easy to think to yourself, well, a step is a step. But the reality is there's a lot of thought has gone into the dimensions of the actual platform here. We've created the biggest size stepping platform that we could that still enabled you to work on a straddle position. So when you're looking down upon the step from above, you're going to notice that there's these 4 green dots. They're your midline. So when I do step ups, I'm really aiming for my feet to actually cover those dots. Now there's a few little rules. You want to avoid putting your toes over the front. You want to avoid hanging your heels off of the back. So when you're stepping up and down, focus on hitting those anatomical hotspots with your feet. When you're doing upper body work, strength work, you've got the 2 outer circles, which are a great place to put your hands on. So effectively, if you stay on the black mat, you should be super safe. If you slightly go over the top of the black mat, you're not going to have the same level of grip that you get when you're on that stepping surface. That's how we use the step when it's in its width. And then we turn it round so it goes narrow. Now the best way of thinking about this is down the center, there is a spine. So you have your feet on either side of the spine. When you step down from side to side, you can see, because of the width, it's very easy to achieve that straddle position. So throughout your whole stepping session, you're always focusing on being on the black mat and hopefully as close to the spine as possible. If you look really close, you'll notice that there's different textures on top of the surface. Now what that does is it gives me different levels of grip where I need it. So if I wanted to do movements that required my feet to rotate and pivot, this is my preferred area, in the center where it's super smooth. Sections which are closer to the edges, I really want to avoid actually standing on. Also, in terms of my hands, you're going to find that it's much more comfortable to place your hands on the smooth sections rather than on the aggressive tread towards the outside. So that's your platform. It's super simple. We designed it to give you ultimate grip, but also that ability to perform really cool functional movements and choreography. Slide the platform out of the way and bring in the riser. Now, obviously, this as a step is much, much smaller. I like to describe this as the world's first stackable, steppable riser. Yes, you can use it just like a step, but obviously it's much, much smaller. So when I'm stepping up and down like this, I do have to think a lot harder. Now I've got pretty big feet, but you can see that they can still stay within the black mat on top. That should be your goal. But here's the key feature of the steppable, stackable riser. You can actually work around it 360 degrees with your choreography. So think of it as a position to give you lift. Jumping up and down, absolutely fine. Stepping up and down, absolutely fine. Using it as an obstacle to give you intensity, absolutely fine. The only thing I would say, I don't want to see you stacking it any higher than 6 risers at a time. Now, even then, I wouldn't want to jump onto that platform. I would only be looking at strong strength moves rather than cardiovascular. For cardiovascular, I would go 4 risers and no higher. Keep to those rules and you'll keep it super safe.